suck you back in by making these claims. Okay, so let's open this up to as much reasonable conversation as we can have. Sumit Peer is joining us on the broadcast. Raza Faisal is joining us. He's a journalist who's operating from Pakistan, and I'll be taking more developments in coverage as they come our way during the course of this telecast. But Mr. Faisal, thank you for taking out the time. It's obviously a very difficult moment for both our nations. We are about to deal with things that we wish in our generation we didn't have to see, but they are now upon us. So what is your assessment, sir? Is the general sentiment being reported in Pakistan that this is a false flag operation? This is what Pakistanis are being asked to believe?
When I closely watched whatever the developments were, first of all, the very first encounter I had with this situation was when I was sitting in Arnab Goswami's show, and suddenly, to my surprise, everyone started. It was just an hour before that this incident took place. Suddenly, they started, shouting about it's all about Pakistan. Pakistan is sending them. Pakistan sent them. Knowing the facts on ground, later on I figured out what the place was and how far it is from LOC. It's line of control. From line of control, it is 400 kilometers away from line of control. So to my surprise, suddenly when we started getting Pakistan, shown on every screen, so it was a basic reaction from Pakistan side. You have shown, the bylines of the newspapers. I agree with you. There shouldn't be any bylines like false flag or these kind of statements. This incident, because there are civilians involved, it should have been considered a terrorist activity, whosoever it is. It is purely a terrorist activity, and this should have been dealt with as a terrorist activity. But when it comes to blaming the country, I think in that context, India should have taken a bit of care while uttering the names. Indian media should have done so. I know Indian government didn't do straight away.
So after a point, how much, I'm just stating facts for you, okay? And this is a fact, and I don't mean this is an insult. This is a tragedy of our times. But Pakistan is in a lot of trouble, sir. Your country is not a happy place right now. Politically, militarily, economically, it's not in the best books of everyone, let alone for yourselves. At what point of time will this denial end that Pakistan is not perceived all over the world as a bed of terrorism?
I don't think the whole world thinks this way about Pakistan. When it comes to Pakistan, Pakistan is considered as a country that has been fighting against the terrorism since more than 20 years. Fair enough. In past, of course, we were getting these kind of statements coming from.
It's not a statement, sir. Osama bin Laden was killed by the Americans on Pakistani soil. Are you seriously thinking the Americans don't consider Pakistan a hotbed of terrorism after that also?
Pakistan is a massive country. Same like India is even bigger than Pakistan. There are places where people can hide, and people do hide. There are so many people who might be hiding within India right now. If I ask you that in the presence of 900,000 troops, in Indian military troops, if they are stationed in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, then where did these people come out from?
Does Pakistan follow a policy of state-sponsored terrorism, in your humble opinion?
I don't think so. Pakistan has never done so. If this was the case, why Pakistan is still facing terrorism? Pakistan is a country that is actually fighting against this madness, fighting against this terrorism, be it ISIS Khorasan, be it TT.
There was a British Prime Minister in an era very far away who said we exit a period of conversation into a period of consequences. Now, you are welcome to your denial, sir, and I wish you the well for it. It's a very comfortable place to live in. But do you realize that we have now entered a period of consequences which may be very unpleasant?
I think so. I think so. Reason being, both of the countries at this hour they need to show a sense of responsibility from both sides. I'm not saying that it's only Pakistan that needs to show. Pakistan is showing. Pakistan is showing in terms that Pakistan is seeking a probe into
Okay.
whatever has happened in
Okay,
Pakistan.
according to what you are taught and told, who won the war in 1965?
Well, this is what I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to hear it from you saying me that whatever I've been told and I've been taught, nobody is there to teach me about anything.
Okay, in your own opinion, who won the war in 65?
Rishabh, I am witnessing everything, and when it comes to 1965, well, of course, we fought with a country like India. India is 5 times bigger than Pakistan. 1971, 1965, whatever the wars were, where do we stand right now?
But
Where do we
did
stand as countries right
Pakistan
now?
win or
Where-
lose? So the surrender at
where
Dhaka was a
are-
win or a loss?
Where are our border lines right now? Who is having what chunk of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, and who's having still holding the Kashmir and Jammu?
That
in
argument
its
doesn't
hand?
end, and I don't want to have that argument with you. I'm having a
Look
much
at the
simpler one.
territory-
Who do you think
look
won in
at-
1971? Do you think Pakistan
Look
won
at
that
the
war?
territory, Rishabh, look at the territory, then look at the number of the troops, then look at the number
it's a
of,
simple
the
question. Who
planes
won the
each
war in
of the army
1971?
was having. Both of the armies, they were having.
Both the armies won.
They were having the good planes, right? Good
Both
number
the
of
armies
planes.
won.
Both of the countries, they are nuclearly powered right now. If both of the countries are still standing, to me, nobody has won.
Nobody won.
If India,
Okay.
if India, and I
Siddharth,
think
can
it
we
is more
just, for a memory refresher, Siddharth, can we just pull out the photograph of Niazi signing the surrender at Dhaka, please? Just refresh the memory.
and where does India stand in Dhaka right now? Can you show that as well?
Where does India stand in Dhaka, sir? It's an independent country,
Yeah.
sir. We have no standing in Dhaka.
Where does India is standing in Dhaka right now?
It's an independent country, sir.
Indian stooge, where do they stand there?
It's an independent country, sir. We are
Well,
welcome
it is
for
an
you to
independent
redeclare
country.
it
That's
as
what I'm trying
Pakistan.
to say.
But it's your humble
That's what
opinion.
I'm trying to say.
It's your humble
We have
opinion
moved
that
on.
nobody won in 1971.
Bishop,
Fair enough. Okay.
Bishop, we have moved on. And whatever happened in
No, sir,
1971,
India has moved on. You
I
are
think-
in
I
a
think- I think
pathetic
you need
position.
to-
And you are in a
I think
pathetic
you need
position
to-
because you live in denial. And educated like people like you can't even accept that you lost a war.
Yeah, people like me, people like you, people like
Yes,
me, people
you are
like you. I
educated
think
and you
we
can't
get
even
out of it.
accept.
You have
Okay,
your own-
you can put
you
a
have
quote
your
of
own
Malcolm
views,
X
I have
behind
my
you,
own views.
but you live in denial. I don't want to have an argument, which is why we don't host Pakistani guests. There's no point. You just would live in denial.
To go through the interviews of General Manik Shah.
Why don't you read the book of Lieutenant General A.A.K. Niazi? Okay, he died in Lahore in 2004.
Why don't you? Why don't
Sir,
you
I am
why
very
don't
well
you
aware.
go
I am a well-read person,
interviews
and I know
of
exactly who
General
won in 1971. Okay, you are unfortunately unaware of the fact. But we put that's the photograph of General
I can't
A.K.
agree with
Niazi
your
signing the unconditional surrender
I can't
in
agree
Dhaka.
with your facts.
Unconditional surrender in Dhaka. That's a Pakistani Army Lieutenant General, CNC of East Pakistan, signing an unconditional surrender in Dhaka. And we are being told that this was a draw.